From a massive warning for Dogecoin and cryptos, coming from the SEC to rising crypto adoption and all the latest data and updates, there is a lot happening right now, so let's talk about it. So first of all, we are now seeing that after the recent market meltdown, cryptos are currently moving sideways. We can see here that Bitcoin has been trading at around 43K for the last 24 hours. And coming to the altcoins, Ethereum is stuck in a range-bound position. Solana and Cardano have also witnessed losses. Meanwhile, Dogecoin also plunged and it is now moving just above the 14 cents range. Now, we can see here that the crypto fear and greed index also changed dramatically during the last 24 hours. It is now sitting at the 34 level after falling from the 48 level. So there is a sudden change in the overall market sentiment, and it is clearly showing us that fear is yet again prevailing in the crypto market. And one of the reasons for this pressure on cryptos is that it is now expected that the Fed is going to hike rates on 15th April owing to rising inflation. Now the good thing is that we know that the entire world is facing the worst kind of inflation these days. And with an increase in inflation, people are turning towards Bitcoin and other digital assets as a substitute for payments that can reduce inflation on the whole. In this time of a prompt financial crisis, cryptos have made its way as the ultimate savior. And the already existing digital economic system has gotten a huge boost recently. This can be the solution to unstoppable inflation worldwide. In fact, an American entrepreneur and business executive, Michael Saylor, referenced a Wall Street Journal story about how growing inflation is weakening global currencies and increasing public debt. Furthermore, he said that governments' control over money, pricing, and exports will push the adoption of digital products, services, and assets. So it's quite bullish news for digital assets since more adoption will lead to crypto market stability and pave the way for becoming full-fledged currencies in major parts of the world. And now, let's come to the latest update for cryptos, including Dogecoin, coming from the SEC. So we know that volatility is the biggest issue in the crypto market that every investor keeps worrying about. Different authorities have tried to make the crypto market secure through various policies and regulations. And now another update has come about crypto investor security. So, Chair Gensler, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, recently stated that his agency intends to increase regulatory control of the $2 trillion crypto industry to safeguard investors from a barrage of frauds. Chair Gensler also said that the crypto industry is similar to the traditional maintained exchanges and that the assets of the investors should be protected. Volatility can both be bliss to shower money and the leech to suck each penny of yours. That is the exact point that has given the US SEC the privilege to talk about the security plans for the revolutionizing decentralized economy of the crypto market. For months, Gensler has urged crypto trading platforms like Coinbase Global to submit to SEC monitoring, claiming that the companies let investors purchase and sell assets that match the legal definition of securities. The trading platforms have turned down the request. They deny listing securities and claim a number of technical reasons for why they believe SEC regulation is impracticable. On one hand, where these regulatory implications are claiming to protect investors, there is a huge risk of losing the ownership of your crypto assets to the government on the other hand. Gensler has been trying to negotiate with the crypto's anonymous authorities, but has been turned down. The SEC has also opened its door for huge crypto-oriented companies, but it's a big no from the other side. So what we are now seeing is that the US SEC is trying to paralyze the objectives of this fast-expanding idea of an independent trading market. Meanwhile, Gensler said that while cryptos may provide new avenues for entrepreneurs to obtain funds and investors to trade, we require investor and market protection. He said that the SEC already has effective safeguards in place to protect investors who trade on platforms. It also has effective safeguards in place to protect investors when entrepreneurs seek public funding. These same safeguards should be applied to the crypto markets so that retail investors can be protected against any sort of fraud. By describing the vague intentions of scammers, the SEC elaborated that the crypto market can be victimized by the absence of any responsible authority. Particularly in the United States, many crypto firms have condemned the lack of regular clarity, which could be the reason for this awakening provision of security to an independent trading market. Moreover, Chair Gensler has directed staff to work with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission to draft a new strategy to oversee Bitcoin trading platforms. Gensler Gray also stayed the words of his predecessor, Jay Clayton, in which he entitled the investment in the crypto trading GAUI test. So in my opinion, this is not good news for the crypto market because the increased number of regulations are taking the true decentralized essence from the digital assets. Cryptos like Dogecoin are the future of an independent financial core. We all know the limitations of a conventional banking and trading system. The SEC chair has vividly colored the details for the collaboration with the CFTC. Their future policies would be to protect the investor's formation of a healthy capital and maintain fair markets to promote a resonant environment for the crypto holders. But what is the point of taking a decentralized economic system under the influence of an authority when it is supposed to be a self-sustaining currency? What's your stance on this? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's come to Dogecoin for a minute. So after the rumors of the upcoming Fed rate hikes and this news from the SEC chair, market manipulators tried to spread FUD in the market. And this is why we are now seeing Dogecoin trading on the downside after having a massive run the other day. However, the good thing is that its technicals are still looking strong and we can still expect a recovery from here. Now, a bullish thing for Doge and its holders is that large Dogecoin transactions have more than doubled in the previous 48 hours. This happened after a massive price increase for Dogecoin, which was encouraged by Elon Musk's purchase of a 9.2% stake in Twitter and his entry into the Twitter board of members. So what we are now seeing is that the Dogecoin network has moved to $1.87 billion in the previous 7 days, and it is continuing to grow even during this recent pullback. So it's bullish news for Dogecoin since it is showing us that whales are still interested in it, and this can help Doge to sustain its price levels in the coming days. And now, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So Bitcoin had seen a strong bull rise in the second part of March and early April, but with the latest downturn, it appeared like the rally was coming to an end. But Bitcoin pricing has received a glimpse of optimism following a week-long decline by regaining some of its bull runs. So, despite this recent slump, things are looking good for Bitcoin overall. Meanwhile, measurements such as exchange inflows and outflows will be used by investors to evaluate whether they are buying or selling. And we are now seeing that Bitcoin has witnessed huge outflows from the centralized crypto exchanges into private wallets. And this is bullish for Bitcoin since it means that investors are now accumulating more and more Bitcoin. Moving on, we are seeing that Crypto Rover, a well-known expert, has predicted that Bitcoin will likely reach 100K in the next 10 months. Well, if his prediction proved to be right, it's gonna be amazing news, or let's just say the biggest breakthrough in the crypto world so far. In fact, Bitcoin is on the verge of becoming a worldwide asset. Mike McGlone, a Bloomberg analyst, has frequently stated that Bitcoin is looking very promising. He has recently stated that Bitcoin's inevitable climb is due to its continued buoyancy in the face of all the market-moving events. Meanwhile, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, predicts a major market crash and suggests Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and gold as exit strategies. He said that repo market inversion happened last time in 2008. Be careful. A recession and a crash are coming. Weak businesses and greedy investors will fail. In 2008, I borrowed $300 million to buy great real estate at bargain prices. He added that it is time to get rich again. So, according to him, it's time to get smart and invest in gold, Bitcoin, and other cryptos. Now, let's talk about Ethereum for a moment. So the Ethereum merge is still one of the most eagerly awaited updates in the crypto world. This merger would put the network on a radically new path, enhancing the blockchain security and scalability. One question in investors' minds is what effect this upgrading will have on the asset as a whole, and according to reports experts, Ethereum will only benefit from the merger in the long term. So, let's hope for the best. And now, let's come to some important crypto updates. So according to the CEO of crypto hedge fund Pantra Capital, Dan Morehead, the bear market in Bitcoin and crypto, in general, is likely finished for now, and a new huge rally is expected to begin within the next year. He mentioned in his newsletter that a huge increase in Bitcoin price is expected in the coming years. All in all, it's great news for the crypto world and Bitcoin more precisely. Another good news for Bitcoin and cryptos is that to move away from traditional savings plans, Texas-based Lerdo Vantage Bank aims to provide a new opportunity for workers to establish a Bitcoin savings plan with the firm. The new Bitcoin Savings Plan initiative seeks to be an easy way to invest in Bitcoin. This plan will allow interested bank workers to convert a portion of their salary to Bitcoin automatically. Moving on, according to a new Financial Times story, IMF First Deputy Managing Director Geeta Gopinath believes that Russia's wide-ranging international sanctions risk fragmenting the existing economic world order. According to Gopinath, the U.S. dollar's dominance is likely to wane as a result of the sanctions imposed by the U.S. in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. In December, the IMF highlighted that if the almost $2.5 trillion crypto market gets increasingly intertwined with the regular banking system, systemic financial stability concerns might develop in certain countries as part of a drive for international regulation. Overall, crypto adoption is increasing in the whole process, so it's bullish news. Now coming back to Dogecoin, we are seeing that it is now consolidating after the recent rally. However, things are still not too bad for it, and we can expect it to rally again in the coming days. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section below.